He trying to buy the house from Ronnie. Somebody said that. Alexis and Christina got to see Scout for a little while. Michael gonna end up falling for Jacinda. Nathan told Lulu that they had dinner with Rocco. Spinelli's worried that he'll lose James and Maxie. Carly and Britt still doing what they do, arguing about Jason, going back and forth and stuff. And Brooklyn ended up hugging Lois or whatever. But I think she said she wasn't ready to forget her. But hey, y'all, welcome back to another review of Life with Chess for General Hospital, October 24th, 2025. First things first, let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below, what y'all think that y'all like the episode. Look here, golly now, Michael said once again that he did not do it. So I'm thinking he about to tell her, but I did see, who did it or something like that. I mean, why would he tell her? But at the same time, he been telling too much as it is. He done told Chase about Willow taking Daisy or whatever. I said, you can't trust these people, right? I said, well, he just telling everything. I said, I hope he's setting a trap for all these folks. I hope that he got evidence. Excuse me. I hope that yeah, I'm okay. I hope that he has video evidence because they finna get ready to come after him. Alexis probably gonna try to, thank you. She pat me on the back. Hold on, y'all. I said, Alexis probably gonna try to throw him under the bus because Willow said yesterday that he's the one who did it. I said, you don't know. I said, we don't even know. We still don't know. I said, come on now. This would have been the perfect cliffhanger. If when he was talking to Jacinda and he said, he wasn't the one who shot Drew, then they was kissing and stuff like that. They did a flashback, something. But on today's episode, we're gonna start with Lois in Brooklyn. Lois ends up telling Brooklyn that it's something she needs to know. She ends up saying that, what's that lady name? Blaze. That Blaze got an opportunity. She going out of the country. If she gets her blessing, she wants her to be her manager. So eventually she gives her blessing and stuff like that. So she was like, she not ready to forgive her, but she was like, it's hard thinking that she won't be there when she needs her. She told her she'll be there. All she got to do is call and she'll come running. So Brooklyn was getting all emotional, crying and stuff. I said, hug her. But she hadn't hugged her then. But by the end of the episode, good job. But by the end of the episode, hold on, y'all. But by the end of the episode, before she walked out the door, she ended up hugging her, y'all. I said, yay. Carly and Britt was still doing what they doing, arguing. They was in the steam room going back and forth about Jason. They don't understand why Jason so loyal to Carly. She don't understand why he jumps for Britt. And they was just going back and forth. Carly ended up saying something about she knows, Brennan knows, and everybody knows that she hiding something. So they did a little flashback where she had received those meds and the letter C had signed it. So I was like, who is C? Golly now. I said, who is C? I said, we all know she hiding something. It's clear as day. Hold on. But that's all. I think she got mad after she said that about they all know she hiding something. That's when she ended up leaving. Jason and Spinelli was just talking about James and Maxie. Spinelli was worried that, he's gonna lose James, and he wanted Jason to talk to Nathan on his behalf. And he was like, you could just invite him over or whatever. He's also scared that he gonna lose Maxie. So Jason was just trying to encourage him and reassure him and stuff like that, saying that James had room for both of them in his life. Will Spinelli listen? I don't know. Lulu told Nathan that despite how she feels about Spinelli, she knows that Nathan was the love of Maxie's life. How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all agree? Now, I've been saying she didn't want him at first. Like, he used to run after her and chase after her, and one time she gave him a chance, but then she ended up hurting him, so I really don't know, y'all. But at the same time, she said in one episode that she's changed since then. She's matured, so I don't know. They said that later this year she's supposed to wake up, so we'll see. I think Sid was supposed to be on tomorrow's episode or whatever. I said I'm ready for that storyline to come full circle. Nathan and Lulu, they end up reconnecting. They were just talking about how he lost 7 years of his life. She was talking about how she lost 4, and they were just talking about Maxie, and that's when she told him that she knows that despite how she feels about Spinelli, that he is the love of her life. But it's up to her to decide, once she wakes up, who she wants. And once again, I thought when they be married and then, something happened, they die or whatever, and they turn out to not be dead, don't they still be married? Or am I wrong? I might be wrong, y'all, but I don't know. Stop bouncing on the bed, girl. But yeah, what else? Alexis, Christina was just talking about them being able to see Scout and stuff like that. But Danny can't see him. Then they brought Scout in. The little lady the little minion, Drew minion, brought Scout in. They end up hugging and talking and stuff like that. And they see, here come Danny and Rocco. I said, oh my goodness. So she ends up taking them outside and explaining that Danny can't see his sister or whatever. And by that time, Drew was on his phone. The lady was texting him and stuff, snitching. I said, look at her back there looking like she about to tell something. She told. Next thing you know, they had to go. They see no, they had to go. So Alexis and Christina was just talking about Willow case, and they'll see Scout again, and how to get Willow free, she gonna have to point the people in another direction. She's like, tell me you're not finna get ready to say that Michael did it. But it went off by then. What else? Let's see. Michael and Jacinda, they was just having a conversation. What was they talking about? She was saying how she thinks he needs to find a new alibi because he over here talking about something. He wanted to be real. He want to pay her so that, it could be real and be believable. And she was like, her feelings are not for sale. And she got mad. She was going to leave, and he apologized. So he's like, they have to do that because if not, they ain't going to believe it. And just explaining things to her, telling her how she needs to get a new job, and he already got that for her. And she was like, she want to do it for real and stuff. So that's why I said at the beginning, I said, I feel like they're going to end up falling for each other. I might be wrong, but we'll see. I wanted him to Tasha. Yeah, I leave now. I know she gone. I know she's gone. But y'all know when they get ready to do that tribute, is she gonna come back to stay or what? I don't know. But yeah, that's what else. I already said he wants her to get a different job. She ends up asking, or she mentioned how she don't even know where he was because she wasn't really with him. And he was like, he did not shoot her. So I'm like, okay, show us something. Show us him, because he explained. He was like, he went there, he was close to it. He was talking too much then. I said, might as well told if he saw something, but people been saying that he saw something. I don't actually know if he saw anything because he ain't said Dilly Freaking Squad. He just said on today's episode how he was close to shooting Drew. He had went there, he got out the car, but by then he realized it's not worth it and things was going to escalate, or something he said. And she was like, I believe you or whatever. I'm like, girl, please. I said, anybody could tell you they didn't do something. I mean, they didn't. I mean, I don't think he did it. But at the same time, I really don't know who did it. I was leaning, y'all know I keep saying this. I've been leaning at Willow. I've been leaning towards Willow because that would be more, I think that'll be more entertaining, more appealing or whatever if it had been her. If that's the reason why they end up having her committed and stuff like that, because she done lost it. I mean, taking the baby is enough to me, but they haven't explored that fully yet. But yeah, what else? Let's see. Who we got? We already talked about Michael and Jacinda. I think the last people is Ronnie and Drew. So he went there. He was like, he want to show her. I said, he over here trying to get this lady on his side of stuff. Talking about, so they got some things in common or whatever. So he don't sit down. They don't make themselves comfortable and stuff. He just saying how Monica, they wasn't close, and she was saying the same thing, and how he knows that she got an earful about him, but it's not true or whatever. And just explaining things. She looked like she was believing him. Next thing you know, Danny came in there confronting him, telling him to get the H word out his house, out their house or whatever. And I said, oh my goodness. I said, here they go. Hey, beautiful. Hold on. So then Rocco started trying to pull Danny back or whatever. I said, he'll have you arrested, right? I thought when somebody was at the door, I said, he don't call the police. I said, Danny, you go to jail. I don't know for what, but either way it go, every time you get close to him, he threatened to take you to jail and have you committed. I said, take you to jail. Anytime you get close to him or scout, to scout anybody, then, hold on. I know. Y'all hear her. Hold on. Anytime you come near Scout, he want to threaten to have you put in jail, and always mentioning Jason. That should let you know how he feel, the reason why he acting, how he acting and stuff. So they going back and forth. Ronnie was trying to tell them to relax and talk about it and all this stuff. So she went to get the door. Then next thing you know, he started saying he tired of them little brats and all this other stuff. And if you keep on, I'm going to have you arrested, Danny, like your daddy, and I'm going to have you arrested. Then he said like your Uncle Lucky. And Laura came in and heard it. She was like, now you got a bigger problem with me. I said, what you going to do, Laura? I said, what you going to do, Laura? What is you going to do, Mary Collins? I said, what is you going to do? I said, now all y'all could have teamed up and took this man down a long time ago before it got too far out of hand. But no. So I said, now you got a bigger problem with me. But them nice ones, you do have to watch them. So maybe she can do more than these people. I can't believe Sonny a freaking mobster and they ain't got rid of Drew yet. The one person who had the guts to take a shot at him, well, take two. They got distracted by a doggone ringtone by his daughter calling. I said, that seemed like Willow to me, that she would know the ringtone and get scared or whatever. But I don't know, y'all. It might be somebody we least expect. But I think that's everything. Let me make sure Jason tells Spinelli that Maxie love him and James has plenty of room in his life. Carl and Brie go back and forth. Laura heard Drew threatening them. Nathan tells Lulu Rocco had dinner with them. Did I say that part? I think so. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces. Have a great rest of the day, a great weekend, and be safe.